Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 15 Good Minutes. It's your guy, Coach B. I am here with the A-Team. How you guys doing today, JR?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Off a couple of days, but I'm doing good.
Good to see you back. Freddie, what's up, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing? How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. Where's the next travel to? I kid. I know he's traveling. We were just getting on about his travel schedule. NFL opens back up. So we're going to give you guys basically our predictions for a lot of different categories. I haven't socialized this with these guys, so I'm just going to get their first thoughts on the cuff. But before we do that, because we record early in the week, I don't know how much you guys follow tennis, but I want to give a shout out to Coco Gauff and to Francis Tiafoe. Tiafoe beat Rafa, which is not an easy feat. To see a young Black American moving on, and Coco Gauff has been, charting her way through. And as we're recording right now, she's actually playing right now. So good luck to both of them. I think slowly we're seeing a bit of a changing of the guard. Everybody knows that Serena has already lost, which we kind of saw coming. But the fact that she got to the third round was pretty good. But I've been watching a lot of tennis these past few days, guys, and the talent level is pretty impressive. So something to look forward to. I know like in Freddie's case, every other sport leads up to NFL season. So the probability of, Freddie looking at some tennis right now, even though it is the last major, it's slim, but that's cool. That's cool because,
I do turn the channel every now and
then. Yeah, in route two. In route two.
I do turn the channel.
NFL favorites. So that's what I'm going to do today, right? I got some categories here on the big board. I'm just going to throw them out there. I'm going to start with you, Freddie. We're going to go through different categories. I'm going to ask you to basically predict who you think is going to win these particular categories, right? Then I'm going to capture it here. And then when we get to the end of the season, I'm curious to see how close any of us got. I always like to do that this time of year because like with most sports, the opening weekend is full of excitement and opportunity for mostly every team except the Commanders. So I'm really neutral in this because, my team will not be mentioned on anything that's on the big board. So I'm going to start with you, Freddie. The NFL MVP will be who?
Tom Brady.
Me and JR had a bet going how long it would take before the fanboy turned this into a whole Tampa Bay Buccaneers show. There's no way the 55-year-old is getting that. JR, who you got for MVP? You knew I wanted to get some objectivity from our NFL guru.
No.
You cannot be serious.
Seriously. The reason why I say that, he should have won it last year.
That's not what I'm asking.
No. But here's what I'm saying.
And I don't think he should have won last year either.
That's my opinion.
JR, who you got for MVP, man? Please don't tell me it's Brady.
No. I had this was tough for me because I really felt that the one player has moved on and he has something to prove. But I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to pick Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I felt that Russell Wilson has moved to Denver. It's a new atmosphere for him, and he'd like to come out smoking and do well to show that he was the guy in Seattle. And it's oddly enough, this is another question, but I believe oddly enough they're playing the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. So we're gonna see what happens.
Freddie's got his homie, and you're gonna go with a back-to-back winner. And Aaron, I'm picking Josh Allen from Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Next up, JR, since you're on the screen, offensive player of the year this year for you is who?
Jalen Hurts. He's a
fair
quarterback.
enough. So Freddie, I guess your offensive player of the year, let me guess, Tom Brady.
And the reason why I say that because I could go with Tom Brady because a lot of times the player that gets offensive player of the year, they're typically in the runnings for MVP. They're typically in the runnings for MVP.
But they never win it.
It depends on
I'm sure Brady will be the first though, because he's everything to you.
No, he is not. But if I had to go offensive player of the year,
yeah,
I would go with Justin Herbert in Los Angeles.
That's a fair choice. I think he has a shot. I like to watch that kid play. He plays really well. For offensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Jamar Chase with Cincinnati. We'll see how he does. Freddie, you're up next. Defensive player of the year for you is?
Defensive player of the year for me will be Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons, guy from Cowboys.
As tough as it is for me to say, JR, that's what I got on mine too. I got Micah Parsons because that kid can do everything, man. And, I have to put all feelings aside for the Cowboys here, but I like that guy's energy. I like what he does. So I'm gonna also go with Parsons. JR, who's your defensive player?
I didn't pick defensive player of the year.
Next up, JR, offensive rookie of the year is who for you?
It's kind of hard for me now because it was the guy who got shot for the Skins, but
they're the Commanders now, by the way.
For the Commanders.
Freddie, offensive rookie of the year for you is who?
It would be, and it's kind of like a toss-up between two guys. I would say Cody Pickett for the Steelers or Chris Olave for the New Orleans Saints. Chris Olave.
Good, because I picked Pickett for Pittsburgh. I thought his name was Kenny Pickett.
Kenny? Yeah, it is Kenny. I think
he's right.
Cody,
yeah, I've got Kenny Pickett for Pittsburgh as the offensive rookie of the year. Sticking with you, Freddie. Defensive rookie of the year is
Sauce Gardner for the Jets.
I like it. JR, defensive rookie of the year.
Same guy.
You got the same one as Freddie?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Aiden Hutchinson, right? With Detroit. That whole Lions team is just, it's an opportunity.
They look fun. They look fun.
They look like they don't care.
Right.
They remind me, the baseball equivalent of them, Freddie, to me is Tampa, in the sense that they just go out there, lace them up, and I mean they out there getting it and happen to be winning. And I haven't seen Detroit look like this much fun in a long time.
Right. Losing and all, but they look fun.
Yes, I think they're all bought in, Right. So for you, Freddie, the comeback player of the year this season is who?
Jameis Winston in New Orleans.
A lot of people picking him, man. Okay.
The only reason why I say him because he missed a large portion of the season, and assuming he stays healthy, his numbers.
That's my question. That's the only. I had him on the list this afternoon. I took him off. I don't know if he can stay healthy, but I respect him as a pick for comeback player of the year. JR, who you got for comebacker of the year?
Comeback player of the year. You got me on that, man. I don't.
You don't have one?
Nope.
I'm going to go with one that's similar in category to what Freddie said about Winston, because of late he's always hurt. But if he can be healthy, I'm going with McCaffrey in Carolina.
That's a very good one. That's
right. But here's the thing, Freddie. Yeah. He runs the same risk as you. If he can play a whole season, he's still.
Had I thought about it a little bit more, but yeah.
Right. He's a good. I think he's a good candidate for comebacker of the year. Last category of the year section, coach of the year. Freddie, who you got?
I would actually have to go with the coach of the Chargers. I forget his name. Brandon something. Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley. Staley. I think that's his name.
Yeah. It's a good choice. JR, who you got for coach of the year?
It's going to be the Phillies coach.
Mike Cernetti or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's SH, is it?
C or S or something. I think it's Italian, but so in Italian, the C and S sound very similar. But Mike something, yeah, that's a good one.
So you going with Philly, right?
Yeah.
I struggle with this one, and I struggle with the choice, but I'm still going to stick with it. I'm going to say Josh McDaniels in Nevada, in Las Vegas. I thought the first time he became a head coach, he was trying a little bit to be too much like his mentor. But I think now, because he's with a different team that has kind of a different attitude, historically, The Raiders have just been different in the way that, from the Davises on down and the way that they process stuff. So if Josh can get out of his own way, I like him as a coordinator, but if he can get out of his own way with that team, they could do some electric stuff. I'm going to stick with him. I don't know how successful I'm going to be there.
I think he could very well be
Possible, right?
I think that division literally, it's in a toss up. That division is literally. I think that division is going to come down to who I could literally see every team in that division going 1-1 against each other.
Right. And so that's a great segue into the last segment. I'm not asking you to pick the end all be all winner, but I'm going to ask you to pick the winner of each division. So I'm going to start, Freddie. AFC East. Who wins that division?
AFC East, Buffalo.
JR, AFC East.
Buffalo.
I picked Buffalo as well. With you, JR, AFC North.
AFC North. Ravens.
Bengals.
I go with Freddie in that too. I'm going with Cincinnati. Freddie, AFC South.
That is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
That is a tough one.
You got Houston, Tennessee, Indy, and Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
I'm gonna say Houston.
I went with AFC South. Who did I pick? I picked Indy, but for the same reason that Freddie said. I look at that division like I look at the NFC East.
Yeah,
Just guys that don't get out of their own way. Whoever comes out of it on top, I'm not surprised. Also, whoever comes out of it on top could have a 500 or worse record. Last one for the AFC, Freddie. Who do you got winning the West?
Chargers.
It's a toss up. I'm gonna say Kansas City.
Yeah, I picked Kansas City for the West as well. So JR, over to you to start our NFC side. Who wins the NFC East?
The Eagles. As tough as I'm not going to say Dallas.
I know that's what's
and I know the Commanders can't even.
Freddie, who wins the NFC East in your book?
Philly.
I picked Dallas, not because I'm hating on the Commanders. They're my guys. I grew up with them, but
yeah,
I think Dallas is going to win the NFC East. JR, who wins the NFC North?
The Vikings.
So you're going with Minnesota. Freddie, who you got?
I have been thinking about the Vikings, but until I can see what they can do defensively, I'm going to go with the Packers.
Like JR, I went with Minnesota as well. I think it's now or never for them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, offensively, I really do like them. But Achilles heel for them cats is defense. They just can't stop anybody. All right, Freddie. To the one I think you were talking about before, NFC South.
Tampa.
Yes, Tampa as well.
I took New Orleans. I looked at the division. I took the Saints. Last one, NFC West. Who comes out of that, Freddie?
Say the Rams.
JR, who you got for the West?
Rams as well.
I took San Francisco. We're about out of time, so I'm going to put the question to the week to the audience. Real simple. Who is your favorite, not who's going to win, who is your favorite NFL team this season? Too easy. I want to see if, based on the number of responses we get from our audience, if there's a tendency to go with what I call the easy picks. Easy in my mind are Kansas City, right? Possibly the Rams. Any of the teams that are, if you look at the odds, the Vegas odd makers that are odds-on favorite to at least win their division, or will you find those diehards like JR and others who are, stuck with the Commanders. I'll tell you,
I didn't pick Commanders for nothing.
They're still my favorite team. I'm just so disappointed in them
favorite.
for a bunch of reasons. But for the audience members, this is an opportunity for us to know something about you guys. Who is your favorite NFL team? You can let us know on Twitter at 15goodminutes.com or right here on youtube.com/15goodminutes. I hope everybody has a fun time getting back into the ebb and flow of NFL football this weekend. I hope everybody's going to enjoy all their pregame festivities, their game day festivities all day Sunday night, and into Monday. All right, guys, we will see all of you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.